What is going on, everybody? Welcome over here to the channel. Today we kick it off with episode 5 of Fields to Fortune series. And we're going to cut right into it. So after last episode, I had to make some adjustments. And a couple big adjustments where I had to sell off the 2 tractors we just bought. For some reason on this server, as soon as I would hop in the tractors and start them up, it immediately killed my sound. Like, it would make this weird, like, crackle pop sound and just cut out. And I was like, that's not good. So we went ahead and sold those off just in case there was an issue with the tractors, and so far it seems to be okay. And another thing we went ahead and did is I actually went through and I changed our fields up. I went ahead and did all peas. And I have a strategic reason to this. Now, you won't see that until later on, once we get towards harvest. Actually, you may see it this episode, depending. But we're going to get into harvesting peas. And there's some new pieces of equipment that are out for the Colossus pack. And that's kind of the only reason why I'm doing peas. Otherwise, I would not sit there and drive one of these around all day. It would take forever. But we have a Colossus vegetable harvester, and we can do peas with it. So that's kind of the reason I'm going with it. Now, I thought about carrots because carrots are a really big cash crop. I guess they produce a lot. But so do peas. And I'm looking into some productions that we can do with it, and it should really boost our speed as far as the progress we want to get to. Now, I want to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and advance to May. Yeah. We're going to advance to May, and we're going to see how much we make from now until then. So let me go ahead and start this process, and I will see you in just a second. Alright, we made it to May, and I was wondering where our income's at. What is going on? I think a lot of it has to do with our lime facilities not running. So let's start these up. Because I know we've got a huge chunk of money coming from... Oh yeah, this pit is full. So, once these start operating, we should see a huge income come in. So, I mean, not a big deal. It kinda halts me a little bit on doing some building, but it's alright. So we've got both of those... Nope, that was it. So we've got all those running, so we should get a nice payday right around 9 o'clock. Oh, I messed up. I've got this at a 6x speed, typically, and 5 or 6x. And I was messing around earlier trying to get the peas in, and yeah, it is what it is. So, I kind of want to hold on to a little bit of money for May. Let us go ahead and check and see if we've got to do some weeding or some herbicide. And it looks like we do. So, my question to myself here is, do I want to buy a weeder, or do I want to spray it with herbicide? I think we'll go ahead and do herbicide. But I've got to buy a sprayer. So let us hop in here. I should just go with the big boy. Call it a day. I didn't know the Colossus had a sprayer too. That's kind of interesting. I think it does anhydrous? Huh. Oh, I think it's because anhydrous is part of this map. I get it. So we're going to go ahead and purchase this one. We will do the biggest working with. We're just going to deck this thing out. Put on some Michelin tires. Narrow tires are fine. We will increase the working speed. We will go ahead and put all that on because we are using precision farming. And that's going to be about 600,000. Boom. And we're going to go over here to our fancy-dancy buying station and fill this thing up with some herbicide. There we go. And we still got about $800,000 in the bank. Like I said, come 9 o'clock, we should have a nice payday rolling in. Depending if the conveyors can catch up to that pile. Those XXL stone, what would you call it? A stone, why am I drawing a blank? A stone factory? I apologize, I cannot think of the name of it. But those things produce like crazy. I absolutely love it. So let us go ahead and knock all these fields out. Ooh, those windmills are kind of going to be in the way when we come around, I have a feeling. Not a big deal though. We can work past it. Now, if anybody watching, if any of you guys have done vegetables, what are your favorite vegetables to do for money making? Like, I have not done many vegetable crops. I've done a lot of row crops. And, like, I'm still learning what are the more profitable crops to do and productions that we can use for them. And I think I just got myself stuck here. I sure did. Let us... Hey, that got us out. I'm trying to swing in here so I can just, like, get the corner here, but it's not the easiest. I guess it really doesn't matter too much. What's the deal here? Oh, I think I have to go forward in order for it to turn on. Whoops. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I've just been messing a lot around with like productions and just kind of doing my homework on what are the better productions to do for money in this game. Like, I've come up with a few good ones, don't get me wrong, but I'm always up for new ideas. I wonder if I shouldn't have just hired out a worker to do this, but I would probably end up in the same situation that I'm currently getting myself into, and that would be running into things. So I'd probably just be spending my time unsticking them from getting stuck instead of worrying about, you know, the things that I want to accomplish here. So not a big deal, I guess. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should have just bought that field across the road. It's very, very... I don't know. There's not a lot of trees and everything in the way. It doesn't have like a bunch of winding paths. And I think there's only like 2 or 3 waterways in it that we could work around or do something with. I don't know. I'm still kind of really debating on where I want to put the like our main farmyard or production area. I mean, I know we've got our spot, but I don't know, like, because we're going to need a lot more room, and I was kind of looking at that before I started this episode. And there's a piece of land, like, straight that way, the way we're kind of, the camera angle's looking, and it looks like I could flatten it out pretty well, and it would probably work the best out of any of these spots that are close here, because I'm still gonna have to do a lot of like dirt work to it and flattening it out. And I want a nice big chunk of land, something that, you know, we can really work around and do something with, because I'm planning on having a lot of productions and stuff to just generate as much income as we possibly can, just to try to hit our goal as quick as we can, because that is the whole point of this series, is just to see how quick it can be done. But I will say this, I am looking forward to this new series that I've been building, and I'm hoping a lot of you guys will enjoy it as well. I've done a lot of research and did a lot of homework into it. Now, my only thing is I'm on the fence on what exactly route do I want to go with the series. And by that I mean, so it's technically an old school series. We're doing no modifications to any of the equipment unless it can be like we can actually pay and upgrade the engine size. Like, that's the only type of like modification I'm allowing myself to. It's going to be all original speeds and all original equipment to date. But I'm either going to keep it a 100% old school series, or I'm going to do like a through the ages series. And the whole kind of goal of it is like we pick X amount of years that we have to play in this certain time frame, and then in order for us to advance to the next decade, we have to, you know, either be out of debt or, you know, just some sort of challenge to it. I'm kind of leaning towards that. I think that would be a lot of fun, personally. And we just kind of, every decade, you know, as long as we have the money, we're allowed to upgrade pieces of equipment, you know, as long as we can afford it. I think that would be a lot of fun. I've already kind of got the farm built out, and I think it looks absolutely amazing, especially for the decade that I picked to start in. But what do you guys think? Would you guys like to just see it as a old school series, or would you like to see the like through the ages series? And it's not just going to be 1 or 2 years we're into the next decade. It's going to be like we're going to do 5 whole in-game years before we can advance to the next decade. Just so that way each decade we're, you know, really playing into that era. But I'm excited for it. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you guys would like to see. And, you know, we'll pretty much decide from there. But if you could, comment down below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions and thoughts on that. What you guys would like to see. And it just had to start hailing, didn't it? I mean, luckily it doesn't really affect us in any way. It's not like we're harvesting crops, so, or pulling any heavy tillage. I still gotta buy a couple new tractors though. I'm very disappointed that the game glitched out with that tractor. I am gonna try the Fendt Vario, I think is the name of it, and see if that kind of has the same issue. But I guess we'll find out here shortly. Oh, we just got our first pay from our limestone. I wasn't paying attention, but we're almost back up to $1 million. We'll take that. probably not 100%, but I think I got a majority of all the weeds. At least I think so. I guess I'll call that good. I'm not too worried about it. Did I hit this field up here, though? They look dead. Yeah, we got it. We got it. But I think I'm gonna hold on to spending any money for this month. I know I need to reinvest and keep reinvesting, but I think I'm gonna hold off. I think I'm gonna wait and kind of see what we've got to play with in the next month or two, because we're gonna do quite a bit of expanding. Plus I need to build a couple factories, and then on top of it, kind of give us a an actual place to store all our equipment, because this is going to be, I may do limestone factories all the way down on the right side, and then we've got greenhouses all the way down on this side, and then I may even do more greenhouses down the middle here, and it's kind of just going to be that for this specific spot. And then I'll show you where I'm thinking about building out the next majority of the farm, and it's right here on plot 37. It's kind of flat. It's got a little hills, got some hilliness to it, but not terrible. Plus we're not taking up a one of these massive fields that we're eventually going to buy so we can harvest and do something with. I don't really want to dig into those because those are going to be pretty profitable for us. So I'm kind of thinking this is going to be my new farmland. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and buy this now. It's going to cost us $73,000, so that's not bad. And that reminds me, I did, at the beginning of this episode, when I started, not the episode, prior to starting the episode, I went ahead and bought the field data for these. I'm not going to do the actual testing myself on this playthrough, but I still want to own that data. I don't even know why I bought that data, because I'm going to end up fixing this field anyway. That's what I get while I'm talking and rambling and trying to play the game at the same time. I hope I'm not the only one that, experiences those kind of issues. But let me make sure. Why did this turn? Okay, we're still good there. We're up to 42,000 liters of lime. I think this one's going to be my dedicated, if I need lime for my fields, that's what that's going to be for. And then all these other ones that we build out are going to be specifically just to make money on. I think that's kind of the route I'm going to go. Why isn't this on? It is on, it's just being goofy. Huh. Okay. Well, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and advance to the next month and see where our funds are and kind of give us an idea of what we're going to do for that month. It's pretty much all based on funding. So I will see you in the next month. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We're up to pretty much $2 million in June. And that is not bad at all. I wish these would stay running though. Even when I start them up. I've got to walk up to it to get it to kick on. I finally figured out how to keep them going, thanks to a good friend of ours of the channel. And he's really helped me out quite a bit. But, what? See, that was weird. I walked up to that one and it didn't even start. Yep, this one's off too. But it starts as soon as I walk up to it. It's so goofy. Alright. So we got about $2 million. let us check to see when our peas are due to harvest. We did it towards the end of April, so I'm guessing August, September, give or take. So we do have some money to play with. So we might as well go into construction here. Go back over to this field. My apologies there. I just randomly took a drink and ended up getting the hiccups. That got me pretty good. So there they go again. Alright, so this is our field. Now I think I want to bring the level to where this drive is at and kind of flatten it out from there, because it kind of like raises up a little bit here and then kind of dips down towards this way and then rises back up. I think I'm going to just start here and we're going to level this field off this way. So that way we've got a nice even field to work with here. Let me increase that so it goes a little quicker. I got a feeling this is going to cost quite a bit of money in dirt work, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Bring it up over this way. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. Kind of square it off a little bit. And then I'll smooth out these edges when we're done, just to kind of make it look nicer. So I have the mod that's supposed to help me keep a straight line when I'm, doing things. I just don't know how to use it. So I do everything kind of by eye, which I mean is not a big deal by any means, but so there we go. Dang. We used a couple $100,000 on that. I think this will give us a nice start, or we just finish off the field. I mean, we should have enough money by harvest time to buy the equipment we need and the factories. So, you know what? Let's just finish it out. Or at least we'll take it, as long as it doesn't drop below $1 million. We'll call that good. We're getting pretty low pretty quick. I guess I don't have to do it all at once. But I might as well just go with it. Might as well finish it. Although this dirt is pretty expensive. We may drop below $1 million. Maybe not. It actually worked out pretty good. Let's go ahead and smooth it out just a little bit. Just these edges. So it kind of looks nice. Nicer anyway. But now we have a nice flat field that we can do massive. Well, it's not really going to be a massive farm, but it's going to be more of facilities or factories. But it still should work out pretty well for a place to store our tractors and everything else. That doesn't look too bad. I think I'm okay with that for now. I may come in and I'll just do it now. We're here. I'm doing it. Just do it right the first time. Kind of take it all the way to the edge of the map. Alright, we'll call that good. And we've got 1.1 mil, almost 1.2 mil. So let us take a look. I want to get kind of a farm established, somewhere where we can actually store our equipment. I may just go ahead and we might just go ahead and turn on the radio and do kind of a montage for this while I build this out. So I guess sit back, relax, and enjoy the quick show. I don't know why, but it was giving me such a hard time trying to place that last debris crusher in here. Like, that's what I was fighting with for a minute. Plus trying to find what I was actually looking for. Let me go ahead and get a couple conveyors delivered here. Where are they? Here we go. We will buy 2 of these. I was going to go ahead and do beehives. I still may. Just go ahead and use the pretty much rest of the 100 grand that we've got left. So let's set that up there. Cool. Open the production up. We're going to change this to selling. Enable watering. I hate that you get stuck under those bars trying to go in and work the production. Carry this one down. Enable watering. Put that to selling as well. Now we are going to have a bill from the water with enable watering on. I already kind of know that. But I think what we make over this next month will outweigh that. I'm just kind of thinking I need to have enough money for when harvest time comes up, because that's going to be a pretty expensive piece of equipment. So again, I'm going to mimic everything that we've got set up so far. Shop area is oh. Bet you that fixed it. There we go. Place a bunch of these in here. Yeah, that's some bad spacing. It is what it is. I'm not going to go ahead and delete it and try to make it all fancy. As long as we put a bunch in here, it'll work out. Might as well use this space up too. Telling you, these bees are so overpowered. I've watched so many videos where people say it's not, and I totally disagree. It's a cheap investment, and they just constantly keep producing, and it's kind of like a compounding effect, and it just keeps adding up. Sorry, words are tough. Just keeps, adding up, and like every beehive you put in, it just multiplies it over and over and over again. Now, on any of my other playthroughs, I honestly don't think I'm going to put beehives in, like, ever. Like an actual playthrough. I just think they're broken in a sense. It's so easy to advance. Now, that is another thing I forgot to mention earlier when I was kind of rambling about this new series that I'm building. It is going to be hard mode. We're going to do everything, and it's going to be a big challenge the way we do it. I've got, the difficulty set to hard, like every possible destruction disaster is on, it's hard mode. And I think it should make some really good content and should make a really good series. Like I said, I am super excited to start it. I've almost started to film it a couple times, and I'm just debating on things I want to add to it. Like on my cattle ranch series, we did a really cool co-op build, and I'm kind of debating on putting a nice co-op on it, but at the same time, I feel like I don't want to do that, only because I want to make that a challenge that we have to be able to do in the series, build out a local co-op for the farmers, and I don't know. I've just got those kind of ideas for it, and I think it'll be absolutely awesome. We just got to get to that point where we are ready to film. So we've got enough money to put 2 of these up. So let me do that. And now we are basically broke. But that's okay. I'm happy with the progress we've made so far. We're just officially about to hit the first year, or first full year. We started on year 1. August is technically year 2, right? Yeah, something like that. Oh, one thing I didn't think about is moving all this equipment over. I think I'll just hold off for now, even though we've got 2 nice barns that we just put up. I think I will wait until we have money to buy new tractors. But let us go ahead and advance to July. Hoo. Up to $2.4 million just from and we were broke. So $2.5 million in a month. That's pretty impressive. Uh, and we really haven't begun much of anything at this point. Like, I still want to put a bunch of greenhouses down the middle of this. Once we get all our beehives put in, we're going to put a whole bunch of greenhouses through here to cover up this middle. And this will pretty much just be, I'll probably keep a length open on each side to drive a truck. And just kind of fill this in. I think this is going to be our main money plot, so to speak. Okay, get that one running. Okay, that one stayed running. See, that's so goofy. I don't understand that. It's very weird. But I think this episode is getting kind of long already, so I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for the month of July. And on the next episode, we should really be booming. I think it's going to be absolutely insane, the amount of money that's going to be coming in month after month after this next, couple months, especially with harvest coming. I'm very, very much looking forward to it. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.